Good morning, and welcome back to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. Today is April 9th, and our reading is The Next Stitch. We do not claim to know what God has in store for us. Our job is to stitch where God shines His light, and that's it. God uses a wee pen light to illuminate our next stitch, and our task is to act as He directs us. As long as we put the next stitch right where the light shines, things go pretty well. But the second we outrun that light and start worrying about what comes next, we get into trouble. What if this happens? What if the other thing doesn't work? What will people think? That's always a mistake because we're off in the future, which doesn't exist. We don't know God's pattern. It could be a pair of fancy pants, or a cute little dirndl, or a great big circus tent. We have no idea. And we don't need to know. We're responsible for the work, and God is responsible for the outcome. Division of labor, pure and simple. We also note that our interpretation of God's will is limited to our own actions. We don't pretend to know God's will for anyone else. After all, we're not crusaders. That last point is worth repeating. We have no idea what other people are supposed to do. In this book, we're telling our children, not what to do, but what we have done and what our experience has been. Maybe they can learn from our mistakes. But one thing that we think we know is that it's a mistake to tell other people what to do. It doesn't matter when we say God. Buddhists don't have Charlton Heston with a big stick. We've got good, orderly direction. There are other versions of that might work if it suits you better. Gus, great universal spirit. That sounds kind of nice and friendly, like Uncle Gus, give me a hand here. Grace over drama. That's a good one. It's aspirational, at least it describes what we're trying to do, what we'd prefer to do, the way we would prefer to interact with the people that we know and love. Any higher power, as long as it's not us. This is another reason to have trusted friends and spiritual guides who can help us sort out our obsessions, delusions, and illusions from some kind of legitimate inspiration. This is important in meditation too. Just because we think something doesn't mean that we should believe it. If I think that the good idea fairy has told me to go next door and shave my neighbor's dog, a spiritual guide might indicate that I should rethink that. That sounds an awful lot like Dhammabum and not so much like something God would come up with. So thank you very much for coming back. It's good to see you. Thank you for subscribing and for your comments. Thank you for going to Amazon and getting the book. We really appreciate that too. And we hope to see you again very soon. And happy trails to you until we meet again.